Hi guys, and welcome back to GPFW. Today we're going to be talking about Donny Van De Beek and his move to Manchester United and why it is a great signing. It's no secret that I'm a huge fan of Donny Van De Beek, and I'm extremely jealous that Manchester United have signed him for a fee of around £40 million. He was seen as the next big centre mid to get in Europe, and for the price tag he was someone that type of value you just couldn't get anywhere else. So for £40 million, I'm going to be explaining why Manchester United have got an absolute star in their midfield. If it's your first time to the channel, just make sure to comment, like and subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications for all the latest videos when they come out. So let's jump in with why Donny Van De Beek is a great signing for Manchester United. So let's jump in with why he has been signed, and we'll go straight in with the statistics of his last few seasons. Obviously he had a great season last year in 2018-19 season where Ajax were the star team in the Champions League, who just lost out on a place in the final to Spurs with that heartbreak Lucas Moura goal. Since the 2017-18 season he's had a combined 74 goals and assists from centre mid, which is great stats and ahead of a lot of very good players. It's more than Pogba for sure, and it just shows you how good a player he is and how well balanced he is, that he can provide and he can score as well. Of course, a lot of these goals and assists have come in the Eredivisie in Holland, which isn't the strongest league, as we all know. It's not in Europe's top 5 leagues, but obviously we've seen him in the Champions League and he has been fantastic in that, and that is a big factor in why he's such a good player and why it's such a good signing for Manchester United. So what is his style of play? A lot has been made about where he's going to play in this Manchester United team, but he has so much versatility that he is able to play pretty much anywhere in midfield. He has done for Ajax, especially this season. He's played a little bit deeper with Frenkie de Jong leaving to go to Barcelona. He's taken on that slightly deep lying playmaker role, but he's also been known, in the season they had where they were unbelievable, Ajax. He was very advanced, almost playing as a number 10. He was right up there, being involved in the attacking play and getting into the box a lot. Whether it is to score goals or create goals, he's always in and around the opposition's box. Quote from the Guardian journalist Barney Rooney said that Van De Beek has been schooled to occupy an interchangeable role, a roaming 9.5, a 10.25 in a team full of half players, dual roles, footballers learning to fill two spaces. What that quote means is that he is, in the Ajax school of football, in total football, the Johan Cruyff created. He can play not just one position and not just one role, he can play a multitude of roles, and that serves him well in fitting into this United team where he's going to have to play 1-2 roles with the quality they do have already. For me, traditionally, I saw him as a box-to-box midfielder because he has the legs and the youthfulness and the energy to get up and down the pitch and contribute at both ends, which we've seen with Ajax's team this year. He was 4th in tackles, averaging 2 tackles a game, and obviously we know about his attacking stats and his passing stats, so we saw that he can do both sides. So for me, he can really be a box-to-box midfielder, but it's whether he can fit in the Manchester United team. He was such a key player for Ajax that when he comes to Manchester United, he's going to have to get straight into that starting 11, because in that Ajax team he was such a key player. He played 86% of the total minutes in all competitions, which shows he's not only durable, but he has that desire to play. He's a key player, and he was so important to the team that he was playing multiple positions because he was the only one who could do that and do it that effectively. And what United have got in him is someone who can play multiple roles and fill in for Pogba or Bruno when they need a rest or they're injured, or even play with them if Ole can put together the system that works with that. Like I said, this year his ability has let him become more adept to playing that deeper role, which is where he might have to play if Pogba, Bruno and Van De Beek all play in the same lineup. But he averaged 6.26 touches in the opposition box per 90 with Ajax, and obviously they dominate a lot of their games, so obviously that stat is fluctuated in that sense, but it just shows that he has a desire to get into the box, and I feel that's where he's most natural, getting forward and scoring goals. And he scored big goals as well in the Champions League last season against the likes of Juventus and Tottenham. So it is an interesting one, but we have to know is that he has been brought into United to attack, and I wouldn't want to play him in a deeper role because that's not where he's best suited. For me, he's best suited getting forward and creating and scoring goals because he has such good ability. In terms of his goals, he had a lot more of a threat in the 18-19 season when Ajax had their incredible year, and he was it's the best season he's ever had. But his expected goals in that season was 16, and they dropped down to 9 this year because he had to play in that deeper role, meaning he had less opportunities and to be in and around the box, and a lot of his chances were coming outside the box, which saw his conversion rate drop from 20% to 14%. So it speaks volumes that he's had a good season again and put some good stats up, but nothing like the season before. And in an attacking fluid team, he's suited being a man in and around the box and being effective there, and I feel like that's where United have to play him. In terms of comparisons, obviously there's a lot of great midfielders out there, but to put it into context, he had a higher pass success rate than Kevin De Bruyne. He had more tackles than Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, Toni Kroos, and he had more key passes than Luka Modric and Mateo Kovacic as well. So that shows passing, that shows tackles, and key passes. So passes in the creating shots and creating opportunities. So that shows how much ability he does have all round and what he can really offer to this United team. A lot of people have spoken very highly of him, definitely over the last few days. But some great quotes come from Mauricio Pochettino and, of course, Frank de Boer, who is obviously an Ajax legend. First quote comes from Pochettino saying that Van De Beek has a dynamic in the game. He gets behind Tadic, he arrives, he works, he scores goals. And Frank de Boer says that Dennis Bergkamp started talking enthusiastically about a talent in his youth team who reminded Dennis of himself at that age. So those quotes tell you that he's someone that was very highly rated by a manager against him in the Champions League, which Pochettino was speaking about him before the Champions League semi-final last year. And obviously someone as legendary as Bergkamp and De Boer, were highly praising this young kid who is seen to become the next superstar in that Ajax group of players who had the likes of De Ligt, De Jong, and he's come out of them, and at the time he was the best prospect, and I still feel that he's got the potential to be a world-class player. And for United, it's an absolutely great signing. I feel like it's one that might go under the radar depending on how he fits into the team, but he has to start for me. If I was a United fan, I'd want to see this guy on the pitch as soon as possible and get him playing in an attacking team. So to sum up, the Donny Van De Beek transfer is a great transfer for Manchester United. Everything involved, the financials of it, very cheap, 40 million for a very, very good player. Someone who was touted by Madrid and Barcelona, so they were great. It was a great get for United, and I feel like they've added some talent and they've added some depth into their squad now. So instead of bringing on the likes of Lingard and Mata, you could be switching out Bruno or Pogba or Van De Beek. So it's great for them to have that depth and for him to play all those positions as well. He adds a bit of class, he has goals from midfield, and he has a little bit more quality that can take them to the next level, in my opinion. That was my Donny Van De Beek video, why he's such a great fit for United and why he's highly suited to them. So let me know down in the comments what you think of the transfer. Do you think he'll succeed at United? Do you think he can play with Pogba and Bruno? Just let me know down in the comments what you think, and as always, make sure to like, comment and subscribe to get notifications when all the latest videos are coming out very soon. Thanks for watching. As always, stay safe and I'll see you soon.